we talk all week long that we're going to get everybody's best shot. And, we turn the ball over inside the 10. We get a kickoff return for a touchdown call back. We fumble the ball inside the 2-yard line all in the first half. And it wasn't going our way. And at halftime, I could just see the resolve with the kids that we're going to go out and get this thing done. And you know what? We get the ball in great field position 3 series in a row, and we don't get anything out of this first 2. And we just kept on playing. And, we're not going to be happy when we watch the film. We're going to see that we didn't execute our best football game, and, we're all of a sudden falling into a penalty situation. We're just getting way too many penalties. But, you need to win a ball game like this at some time during the season to just, believe that no matter what's going to happen, you're going to find a way to win. And, Corey Avery, I pull Corey Avery because, he has a banged-up ankle, and he comes to me and used some different language than I'll use, but he said, I'm going to play. I'm playing this ball game, Coach. Get me back in this ball game. I said, you're right. I'm playing this ball game. Davion comes out with an ankle. I thought he was done for the day. He comes in and gets 2 more touchdowns. This guy goes out with shoulders. I figure we're not going to see him again, and he's out there at the end of the game making plays. This is a team that at one time didn't have Davion, Yeti, Nathan, Corey Avery, and we just keep on battling. And I'm just so proud of the team because it was one of those games that it wasn't our best masterpiece, but it was one of those games that we just kept on chugging and chugging and chugging. And, we found a way to get a win. And it couldn't have come any better in terms of getting a stop, how to go the full length of the field, and then, we go the full length of the field, and then we have to run it in. And that was almost like a mindset that we had to run it in, and we were going to run it in. The only thing I did was I gave them too much time at the end of the game, but that was by design because the choice was lose our tempo and have a chance of not getting in, or getting in and give them, maybe an extra 20 or 30 seconds. And we're better when we're playing with tempo. And so we kept the tempo going, and we scored, and defense got the stop, and it was a great win, and I'm excited for the kids because you need a game like this to move forward. So,
Jeremiah, just talk about that last drive, specifically seeing Nathan take that short throw, which I'm sure you guys were hoping to get a first down out of, and he takes it 65 yards. Just talk about that final drive, and also, like Coach said, punching it in with your running game.
No, I told our guys before we went on that drive that this was going to be a statement drive. That this is where you define whether you're good or you're great, and let's be great. And then I told this guy before the play he made, I said big time players make big time plays in big time situations, and that's what he did the drive before, and then that's what Nathan did there. Takes a 5-yard route. I don't know, 70 yards. And that's what we have. And then Corey Avery, whenever we need him and our offensive line to shove it straight in the end zone, that's what it was. Big-time players making big-time plays. And, I think that was a statement drive for us and a drive that we needed as an offense.
Adrian, first half defensively, y'all just seen, their offense was just humming and clicking on all cylinders. Second half, especially in the fourth quarter, y'all seem to shut them down. What changed?
When we came out, we did start slow, but in halftime, we just came in here and, like Coach said, he saw the resolve on our eyes. For us, we knew that we were never going to quit. Even at halftime, being down, we knew that this was our game and we were going to win the game, whether it came in the third quarter we started to dominate, or we win at the very end of the game like we did.
Yeah, they hadn't shown a lot of counter runs during their previous games, and they took advantage of how aggressive we are upfield. And so we just had to make some changes, and we had to play the run first and then get a pass rush later, and that was effective. So it really became a bootleg, take shots downfield, and a counter run game for them early on. And then once we started taking away the run, then they started struggling moving the ball on a consistent basis.
Davion, Coach mentioned that you kind of hurt your ankle there in still got 2 touchdowns afterwards, and those were arguably your 2 most impressive ones, leaping over a guy to get a touchdown, and then that big effort on the 70-yarder. Just talk about those 2 plays if you can.
It was just me playing ball, honestly. We're down. Everybody's fighting. I'm not the one that give up at all, so I'm going to give it my best effort whenever I can, all the time. It doesn't matter. I love all the guys on the team. I'm going to fight until death of me. That's pretty much it.
Jeremiah, just watching you the past year and a half, 2 years, you're not a guy that typically shows a whole lot of emotion on the field, but tonight you seem to show a lot of emotion. What spurred that?
I mean, it was an emotional game. I mean, that was one of those games that you remember for the rest of your life. But I mean, I'm so proud of the way our guys played, and I mean, emotion brings the best out of people. And I think that I had to show a little bit of that tonight. But I mean, that was all these guys making plays, and I mean, it was awesome.
And then, Coach, by the end of the game, the offense really got going. But at the beginning, you guys sputtered again for this. You guys sputtered again last week against SFA. Wasn't great. How big of a loss has Yeti been just for the offense as a whole?
The great thing with Davion is you can put him anywhere, but having the player of the year in your conference not available, it hurts you. And I think what we decided to do is we made a conscious effort of we're going to get him healthy. And the plan is he has another week that he's going to keep on rehabbing, and then we're trying to get him back for I guess it's Southeast Louisiana or whoever that 3rd game is. So it hurts us. But, we have great depth, and Corey Compton has come in and played big for us. I mean, how big a game did he have today? And like I said, I think we have enough. It's not that there's nothing with our talent. It's just we've not executed as well as we need to, and the penalties have been killing us. And there's 3 straight weeks in a row that we've, been double digits or triple digits in penalties, and we got to get that fixed. It just seems like there's so many little things that happen that seem like they're penalties that, in fact, I've turned my head and not realized that something was going to be called a penalty. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we need to fix it. It's got to be on us. We can't point our fingers at other people. It has to be on us that we need to fix this, and we can't have triple digits in penalties again next week, or we're going to be talking about a loss, not a win.
All right, and last question for me. Talk about PJ's impact on the defensive line. He just seemed to be in the backfield every play.
Well, and I'll talk about the referees there. They hold him every play. I mean, and it's one of those deals where he gets held literally almost every single play. And I think it's, one of those man against boys kind of deal, and they let the boys get away with a lot. And, he's out there and he's fighting every single down. He just makes everyone around him better. I have a lot of faith in that defensive line, and I thought they did a really good job neutralizing our aggressiveness. And then once we settled down, I thought we played some pretty good defense. But, he does not get a call, and he's getting, wrapped up and tackled a whole bunch of times out there.
Hey, Jeremiah, take us inside the huddle with you on that last drive, starting on the 4-yard line. What did you, as the quarterback, what are you telling your guys when you got 96 yards to go to score?
I just told them that this was a statement drive, and we needed to make a statement, and this is where we find out if we're good or we're great. And great teams make statement drives in big-time situations like that. And, that's just what happened. Nathan, first we get a penalty.
Which was JB came off the sideline and said, listen, we got to roll these guys because they're jumping the snap count, and we rolled them, got the free 5-yarder there. And that, all of a sudden, you're not up against the goal line, so that helps, and now you're 1st and 5. And that takes a little bit pressure off of what you need to do, and that was him coming to the sideline and saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. And that's a great thing about having a guy who's experienced as this is, that he can go to the coordinator and say, listen, this is what I want to do, and 9 times out of 10, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and then I think after that, Corey ran the ball. We got that tempo rolling, and then Nathan, big-time plays by a big-time player.
Anything else, guys? All right.
Thank you, guys. Great win, man.